Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to a special little one-off celebratory, I guess, video here on my channel. And this is going to be touring a game that I made called Superhero Adventure. And this is a game that I recently made. I just made it this month, and it's kind of just a fun little special game that I made kind of to celebrate my dad's birthday, so shout out to him, I guess. So yeah, I just thought I would go through and play through the game. You can see there's a quit option here. It's not very exciting, but here, let's click here and let's see what we got going on. So let's see. So you can do a continue game feature kind of cool. I made a whole little password system. You can see if you're typing it out here, and if it doesn't work, it says no save found. So that's a wooden background there. So that's kind of a neat little save feature if you don't want to play through the whole game all at once or whatever. I have like some, for example, there's this password here. You can click here to save it. We don't want to do that because we haven't started the game yet. So this is going to be, obviously we're going to be in it now. So let's get started. So obviously superhero party. We got Batman and Superman are two of the main characters here in the game. So let's click new game so we can see. It's kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure. I got the idea from, if you've heard of the Telltale games, they've done some stuff, such as like the Minecraft Story Mode is a game I'm thinking of when I was watching. So I got the inspiration to do the main game from here. That's what I think this little video is going to mainly be. It's going to be kind of like inspiration for the main game here. Alright, so starting it up here. So we're at Gotham Towers. So as you can see, there's a lot of text. It's kind of in a comic book style fashion here. So I'm going to be going through things here. We're not really going to be. So this bomb here with a red X, that's kind of the main part of the game. So you can either save the citizen or you can fly the bomb into space, which pretty much save the citizen as well. This is kind of teaching you the mechanic of the game, which is you have different options here. So I was going to want to fly it into space. Red said that's what he does. He saves the day. And so yeah, so we're kind of getting a little bit of backstory here. So yeah, so here you can see that you can choose kind of what you want Superman to say as well. I can mention, I'm pointing out the red X, so I'll mention the red X here. I'm going to text to cut off here. This is a strange ability called X-Class apparently. It's a little suspicious, so we're going to go and check these out. I'd also like to point out that, so here real quick, here you can see the save. Where'd my mouse go? Let's just keep going. Here we go. So I also point out that I composed the whole soundtrack for this game as well. It's kind of why it's special. I've been uploading videos of some of the tracks in the soundtrack on YouTube in the same playlist as you'll find this video here, if you want to check some of those out. But yeah, we're also just kind of going to play through the game here. So we can talk to some people and ask them some questions. Office Man's kind of the funniest. So we talk to him, he runs away, he doesn't like to talk. There's this strange shadowy group. They don't like to answer any questions. So you can, I don't really think you really know much more. I kind of included them later on, but they're not really that important to the story. We can ask them about the Red X maybe. They don't want to know about it. So let's see if Ronald would be of any help. So yeah, Clark obviously. Let's see if he'll know about the Red X. He says that exam things. We can ask something else maybe. Let's see. How about we talk about the bomb sightings, because we just saw a bomb. Needs no help. Thanks to the coincidence. Alright. Real quick, let's just see if the computer group has any better information to what about the red X? So what do they say? They say it's some weird symbol that probably doesn't make any sense. How about, what do you think about the bombs? What do they think? Graffiti, huh? Well, it's too specific to be graffiti. How about we have one more? Where do you guys come from? London, Belgium. Okay. And I think if you talk to that guy, he says it's from where did he say it's from? Chicago, Kentucky. What does he say? Chicago. All right. Well, whatever. So these guys just have different questions. You can kind of find out, I guess, kind of backstory about this company. Note these arrows here. That'll be important later on. All right. Let's leave. All right. So we'll see Alfred there. It's a very posh-looking place. So yeah. So we're gonna head to welcome back to the Batcave. So these two are pretty much good buddies, working together on stuff. So they're definitely up to something. So here you can kind of say some of the stuff you found out over there. So you can say this shadow group didn't talk to me. Someone's hiding something. This one's kind of funny to say this. Batman says, "Oh well." Yeah, so that's kind of the obvious wrong answer that you can say, but obviously, yeah. So, anyways, all right. So, moving on here. What can we say? I don't know. Right. So there's some sort of bomb going on here. So let's head on out and find out more information. So we got some bombs coming at us. So yeah. So with the music, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about the actual game itself. The soundtrack as it kind of plays. So yeah, so I try to include different musical styles, and not what I normally do. You know, it's in my compositions and everything. So it's kind of I call it my alter ego music, having kind of some of this more rock stuff and things. So there's kind of different things like that going on. So that didn't work there. So there's different musical styles and things. So now we're moving in towards a portal. That'll take us somewhere at some point. So there we go. So we have some kind of cool transitions and things there. So I was checking on my camera here. I might have to cut the video a little bit or something, but don't worry about that. So now you can see we're turning to Lego people. Yeah. So let's continue onwards and upwards, I guess. So yep. And this is kind of a pretty longish game. I think I spent a good while on this. Okay, so now we're in Star Wars. I kind of celebrate the new Star Wars movie that came out last Christmas, 2015. So we can ask where we are. How about have they seen any bombs? No bombs, but there's some explosions. This is Rey's theme from the new movie. So obviously all the soundtrack I didn't make, but some of it I had here. There's some funny stuff here. So the soundtrack was a lot of fun to put together. I recorded, obviously with my violin for the title screen. Didn't really mention that at the time. That was a lot of fun. I've done a lot of recording on my violin lately, and especially my new violin that I just got. So that's some cool bit of, not really history, but cool stuff. Hey guys, sorry about that. My camera died, so I had to grab the charger and set some things up. You didn't really miss very much. I just took us to the portal room. This is kind of not really a special room in the game, but this is a midpoint, I guess, where we got all those portals that we saw in the beginning. We have to now choose one of those portals to visit. We don't know where it'll take us, but we want to find the portal that will take us to to progress through the game. So let's. So I kind of want to show you some of these portals here. Obviously, I made the game. I know kind of generally what's going to happen with them. So we got some sharks here, very kind of tropical, I guess. Sharknado. So we died. Great, our first death. So that was great. This one I believe takes you to world. Obviously, I know how this whole thing works because I made the game. We're at the Quickie Mart, and we got the Simpsons theme going on. So dope. As a good old Homer Simpson says. So yeah. So obviously, I only kind of used a couple themes that weren't mine. Jaws theme was there, you could hear the Simpsons. So yeah, there's a lot of fun. So I actually really like the orchestration of this thing. Come on, Right. So let's see. I want to find a couple specific ones here. We've already done this one. So skip it. You know you already done it. What's this one over here? Wow, the same one. Obviously, you can see it's not quite as impressive as I, did a whole bunch of different things. Here we go. Here's something we haven't done, and this is Game of Thrones. Winter's coming because my dad likes Game of Thrones, and we have this whole thing about Hodor. I like the trees. That's one I got here. So they just talk about Hodor. Kind of, so you can hear the music. I used some of the Game of Thrones theme. Right, so remember those arrows I was talking about? There's actually an arrow pointing here to this one and pointing here to this one, and that's how you know which are the two correct ones to move on. You know it's correct when you see this scene right here. And that text box says basically that this is Lex in a Superman game in 1988. You can hear, and I got the Mario thing there. So that's the C's me. So yeah, so it's kind of cool. I tried to kind of incorporate some different things here, and I can call it a portal library, a library of worlds. That's the kind of thing I missed. But the game thing is not important. So Batman's moves do not work here. So yeah, and then we get a video game over screen, but that's not game over for us. Because now we are in Lex and the Joker's lair. You'll see, there's Lex Luthor. He is our real villain here. We finally caught them. So this track here, this music track, takes kind of that NES thing and basically puts, I kind of sort of reorchestrated it a little bit with the strings there. So this is kind of, we're getting towards the halfway point of the game. I mean, it's obviously not a very big game for, a real video game, but I kind of wanted to make it somewhat longer, somewhat more epic, I guess. So I have a strange purple bomb, and we got a super speed cam. So you can choose two options here. You can go back in time and see if we can stop production of the bombs, or we can let the bomb explode. And I think the more fun option is obviously to let the bomb explode. So we're going to go ahead and do that. What could possibly go wrong? Boom. Got a big explosion. So this is kind of just the loading screens aren't really loading screens. They're kind of just taking you, letting me kind of share some information about the game and stuff. So we're 4 billion years into the future. So yeah, this video hasn't really planned out exactly how I wanted to. I wanted to kind of talk more about developer stuff and inspiration, but here's something I can kind of talk about with this bomb thing, this bomb deactivation. I got inspiration from the game that I was playing a while ago with some friends. So yeah, so here we have to click on the bomb. It's going to appear over here somewhere, so we have to quickly click on it, and then if we don't click on it in time, it'll disappear and stuff, and then basically be stuck there. So his plan was basically to not freeze time, but we have time to deactivate this bomb. So we have a bunch of strange boxes here. So I'm going to try to explain what we do. So there's a lot of text here. This is it's kind of bothering me. Sorry, the camera's a little bit off. Is that a little better? So if it was bothering you, I hopefully fixed it. So I'm going to kind of explain. There's a lot of text here. There's not really much to go off, but so let's just quickly look here. So we have all these colored boxes, and we have these yellow boxes with 4 numbers. So we have to look for those certain steps here in the guide. So I'm going to kind of just explain really quickly. There's different colored buttons here, if you can be able to read this. Basically, we look through these options and we have to choose which one best fits. So the third button was, remember, the third button is orange, so we do not want that. This is kind of annoying. I think we want the last option. Let me just see here. So the 15th button in the row is red. I believe that's the correct answer. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the 15th button is red, obviously. I didn't know if it was 15th. Remember. So that's the option we want. So here it says if that's true, then we want to press the green button. And we have to do it from left to right. It said that earlier in the guide. Here it says right here, left to right. So we want to start with that. And then now we remember the box is yellow, so we want to press in 1, 4, 3, 2. So now we know that information. We can click the green, and we can go 1, 4, notice you can put 3 and 2. There we go. And so that's how you defuse the bomb. That's just kind of a little mechanic here for this little bit. It doesn't really continue on. And now if you've watched the How It Should Have Ended videos on YouTube, that's where I got these Superman and Batman talking here in the cafe, super cafe, just chilling. And yeah, it seems we've saved the world from the bombs, so there's a little bit of Doctor Who references in there. Some weird things going on with these bombs. So yeah, so that's some little jazzy music here, and you'll see that it switches to rock music, because we're now in Villain Pub. So got Joker and some other villains Khan in Star Trek. I like the new movie, by the way, that came out recently. So anyways, yeah, so they're kind of plotting revenge, maybe, or something about that. The end.